Kosovo and NATO would contribute to closing security threats and advancing political processes in Balkans. A practical and tailored Euro-Atlantic initiative for Kosovo would change the momentum. Membership action plan towards NATO would make Kosovo and the entire region much safer. Any armed conflicts ideas from the past would definitely disappear, and political processes, including the relations between Kosovo and Serbia, would continue in a more comfortable dimension. Clashes in the northern municipalities of Kosovo do not reflect the entire story of the country. It reflects also the consequences of not moving forward permanent guarantees for peace, security, and stability in Balkans region. While international military troops led by NATO avoid conflict, an open door for a tailored path for Kosovo to NATO would become a contribution towards a permanent peace and stability in Western Balkans. Status quo that follows the situation with the regard of Kosovo and Serbia relations has to take a turning point. The nerves game better to be ending sooner rather later. Taking into consideration the goal of reaching the mutual recognition between Kosovo and Serbia, few policies probably should advance into a new stage, internationally and regionally, intending to move aside the security threats and let the political process continuing in another framework of mindset. Lacking trust from Kosovo's side to Serbia does not necessarily pose an obstruction to the process. The evidences from at least 3 last decades show the motivation. While Kosovo is struggling for more consolidation of democracy, Serbia is ruled by the team of Milosevic associates, who never took the courage to apologize about atrocities in Kosovo. Kosovo was under UN administration for around 10 years. Its declaration of independence of 2008 was found not in violation with international law by International Court of Justice in 2010. Since then, Kosovo acted as a serious state actor in international and regional relations. Kosovo established its security sector wholly in line with Euro-Atlantic model standards and procedures, participated actively with the anti-terrorism global coalition, aligned its foreign policies with Euro-Atlantic organizations, adopted UN conventions on civil rights, sheltered refugees from Afghanistan, and accommodated a number of Ukrainian journalists, posed sanctions to Russia and to its oligarchs and individuals linked to them. Surely, it is struggling for its economy and prosperity of the people. On the other hand, leadership of Serbia remains theoretically playing with 2 hats, but practically serving as a Russian proxy, facing with aggressive policies of Serbia's interference. Kosovo made an important step towards peace and stability in Western Balkans in February and March 2023. Obviously, it took a lot of efforts from Western allies to convince Kosovo leadership to advance on it, not leasting the action that led to these deep security threats. The current situation in northern municipalities puts at stake the eventual peace enforcement dimensions of NATO KFOR mandate. The strategic investment in Kosovo would be seen at least partially failed, and a Russian proxy, Serbia, would continue to advance in its policies threatening neighboring countries. Therefore, a practical and tailored Euro-Atlantic initiative for Kosovo to join NATO would change the momentum. So, a roadmap how Kosovo could join NATO would make Kosovo more optimistic about its own future and more safe nowadays. Since June 1999, around 30 nations contributed to protection of Kosovo, safe and secure environment, and democratization of newly established institutions of Kosovo. NATO advisory and liaison team sitting at the Ministry of Defense of Kosovo still operates, among others, within the scope of enhanced interaction with Kosovo that was approved by the North Atlantic Council in December 2016. Opening a new stage of Kosovo-NATO relations would be the most productive for Western Balkans peace and security. In this regard, and also based on NATO's open door policy, an invitation for Kosovo to participate in membership action plan would be a proper milestone. Clearly, the path would not be as short as we would desire, but the entire climate in the region would be moving towards a better security environment. It could be a path for stabilizing the region, while closing the door to Russian influencing on decision-making in Serbia, which remains the only NATO non-supporter country in the region. Being a tailored path partner and aspirant for membership in NATO, Kosovo could participate in NATO's military operations, while benefiting from NATO's experience in areas such as defense capacity building and defense training and education. The niche capabilities of Kosovo military, named Kosovo Security Force, have been recognized as fully operational since the North Atlantic Council Declaration in July 2013. The political dialogue between Kosovo and NATO could be precisely tailored due to the fact that there are still 4 non-recognizers of Kosovo statehood within NATO. A process of monitoring the developments of Kosovo in defense, political, legal, economics, and human rights would be begun from NATO perspective. Same time, Kosovo's political elite would be held accountable for solving the necessary issues in the democratization process in order to serve to national objective of joining NATO. In our next video, we'll share more about the consolidation of security sector institutions in Kosovo through the support and assistance of NATO and democratic world. You will follow the explanation of how Kosovo established a modern security sector and consolidated it in fully compliance with NATO model standards and procedures. Kosovo is ready to contribute for peace, security, and stability all around the world, shoulder to shoulder with NATO and democratic world.